Okay, viewers, let us consider the chain rule. The chain rule. But this time around, we are going to apply the chain rule to some basic trigonometry functions or derivatives. Okay, so we have differentiate f of x is equal to cos 2x. These things have been explained, okay, on my YouTube channel. Okay, all right. So what do we do here? When you differentiate f of x, you have f prime of x, which is equal to. Now viewers, what you do is, first of all, tackle the trig function. The trigonometric function here is cos. So if you differentiate cos, you have what? You have negative sign, not sine. So you have negative sine, then x, right? But remember, it's what? It's 2x. So I have 2x. Then times, afterwards, now you check or look out for the angle or the argument over here. In other words, the expression in the parentheses, that's what I'm talking about. So what do we have here? We have 2x over here. So if I differentiate 2x with respect to x, what do I have? I have 2. I have 2x, you differentiate 2x, you have 2. So times 2. So f prime of x now becomes 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, then sine, then 2x. As simple as that. Let's consider other questions, okay? But how would you know when to employ the chain rule? So the chain rule is also applicable to functions involving exponents, right? So example, if I have this question that I have 2, that's cos 2x, right? So if I have something like this, because it's involving exponents, right? So I'll quickly employ what? The chain rule, all right? Okay, viewers, let us tackle the question on the board, all right? But remember, if you have cos squared, let's say y, according to trigonometry, this is the same as what? Cos y or squared. As simple as that, yes. So we're going to employ the same analogy. So this one is the same as f of x is equal to sine, I have 5x over here, then all squared. Okay, now I'm about to differentiate, right? If I want to differentiate fx, it goes to what? F prime of x. So what do? Now the power becomes the coefficient, right? So far as the chain rule is concerned, it goes this way. So it will be the exponent, which is my x, then times sine 5x. Then you subtract 1 from the exponent. So I have 2 minus 1. Then times, you now differentiate the inner function. That's how it goes. Okay, you differentiate the inner function. So what do I have here? Sine 5x. If I differentiate sine, I have cos. So I have cos 5 what? 5x. But remember, when you're differentiating functions of this type, after you differentiate the trig function, you have your cos 5x. Now, 5x, when you differentiate 5x, what do we have? We have what? 5. So times 5. Do you get it that way? Yeah, that's how it goes. So you have the coefficient here, the exponent 2. Then you just repeat everything here. You subtract 1 from the exponent. There is it. Then times, you differentiate the inner function. Okay, so sine goes to cos. Then you have your 5x over there. Then times, when you want to differentiate something like this, we've done it before, right? From our previous lecture videos. Go and watch my videos on the product rule with trigonometry functions. Okay, you appreciate why we had this. So we have cos 5x, okay? Cos because it has been differentiated, right? Then if you have 5x, you differentiate 5x, then you have 5. Now, we are going to multiply everything, but before that, we have 2 sine 5 what? 5x. 2 minus 1 is still 1. There's it, we have this. Then times cos 5x, then times 5. So what do we have? 2 times 5 gives 10. So you have 10, then you have sine 5x. You can decide to put it in parentheses. Then you have cos 5x. You can decide to put this in parentheses. Viewers, this is simply dy over dx, which is f prime of x. Let's consider another example. Let's say we have f of x to be equal to, let's say you have sine, then 4, then have 4 here, or let's say you have 2x over here. Using the same concept or analogy, we already know that this is the same as sine 2x this way, all raised to the power what? 4. So first it is involving exponent or power or index. Quickly employ the product rule. The product rule states that your power, which is your 4, will multiply the whole function, right? So I have sine 2x, then you subtract 1 from the power, which is 4 minus 1. Then times, you differentiate the inner expression, right? So sine goes to cos, right? So I have cos, then what you have 2x, right? So cos 2x. Then times, afterwards you differentiate 2x. If you differentiate 2x, you have 2. Remember, with respect to x, so we have 2 over here. So therefore, we have this to be 4, then we have times sine 2x. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then times cos 2x, then times by 2. Right? Good. So viewers, 2 times 4 goes to 8. So I have 8. We have 8. Then what do we have here? We have sine. So we have sine 2x, right? Then to the power what? 3. Then we have what? Cos 2x. As simple as that. So viewers, this is the same as we have 8, then we have sine 2x this way, right? Raised to the power 3, then we have cos, then 2x, giving us our f prime of x. Viewers, this is the end to this simple and trivial question. I'll see you next time, where you'll be given questions and you have to apply the product rule, the chain rule, and the quotient rule involving trigonometric functions or derivatives. So we'll take questions under implicit differentiation, where all these will come into effect over there. See you next time. Bye.